Namaste, Jai Bharat. Given the available statistics, we understand that there are about 2 crores plus, can't be minus, Bangladeshi illegal people infiltrated into Bharat and are living comfortably. And this, just imagine 2 crores. And these 2 crore people are not our citizens. They live in our nation and share those benefits which ought to have been going to our legitimate citizens. Now, there are various reasons. They simply just don't come. They were brought for various political reasons, and of course the radicals are always behind such things. Politicians are oftentimes short-sighted. They don't understand the radical aspect of the immigrants, or they just overlook the radical aspects of the immigrants. And you look at some of the opposition parties that's in Bharat, they are not interested in the nation. An explicit national government is what we have right now, but prior to that we did not have the legitimately authentic national governments. Right from day one, barring some aberrative exceptions in between, like Atalji's ministry. So the point is, just leave it on politics. Personally, I have one political understanding, but on that let it be. That's personal to me. But national interest or functioning in the interest of the nation, understanding the nation as nation to which we belong, that kind of a relationship many people don't maintain. They just look after their personal interests, oftentimes very selfish. So when the regime changed in West Bengal, there are fencings across the border, everything started. I would like to present a classical situation from Kerala. Southernmost tip in Bharat, not exactly southernmost tip, but roughly southernmost tip. Southernmost tip should fall into Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari. But Kerala is next to that. It's a southern western strip of land with many specialities and many things. So there used to be a lot of Bangladeshis who are roughly called as Bengalis. Now, when you say Bengali, people living in Kerala don't make a distinction between the Bengali spoken in West Bengal and the Bengali spoken in East Bengal and the Bengali spoken in North Bengal. East Bengal is today's Bangladesh. There are varieties. They don't understand. Even they don't understand the language itself. It's a far south state. So everyone calls us Bengali themselves. And these Bangladeshis, mostly they're Bangladeshis, who never give their original names until you insist, even then they don't give. They will give a common name. If you ask what's your name, they will say Raju or Munna. Such names they give. They will never tell their complete name. Zulfikar Ali something, Shikari something, they will not say. These names they will not say. And if you ask them, where are you from? They will say we are from either Assam or Bengal and very rarely Odisha. They say they are from that side. But then they all speak, if you understand the language Bengali, you can easily find out the kind of Bangla they speak is either the Dhaka Bengali or the Sylheti Bengali or Mymensingh Bengali, etc. We can make out. The pronunciational difference is so marked and so clear. It doesn't take much time for you to understand that this man is not speaking Bangla as spoken in West Bengal. Now, there are exceptions in the sense that there are many Hindus who migrated from Sylhet, Mymensingh, etc. to Bharat. They also speak similar language. But just because someone speaks Sylheti, should not be branded as Muslim. There are so many Sylheti Bengalis in Bharat. They spoke that Sylheti version of Bangla. If you understand, then of course you can understand that someone, a laborer, and I'm talking about the laborers who are infiltrating. They all reach Kerala as workers. They all go by the black name as Bengalis, and they somehow pick up broken Hindi. Two broken Hindis functions as excellent Hindi, because the people in the Kerala don't speak Hindi on a routine. They don't understand so well. So they also speak broken Hindi. These people also speak broken Hindi, but in the course of time they will pick up the local language Malayalam. So many people, all the manual labor, almost every manual labor is done by these people. These Bangladeshi original who pretend to be Bengalis. They will all say they are from Assam or Bengal, but originally if you ask them which village are you from, he may not be able to give a correct answer. And even if he tells the name of a village, and if you are really sort of inquisitive and interrogative, you ask him next to, nearby that place, another village name, he doesn't know. If you ask him, he won't know, because he is not from that place. He heard the name of the place by heart and then saying, I am from so and so place. But many people say we are from Malda, and that of course Malda is their people. Most people there. Even then if you ask neighbor places, they won't be able to know. Route, they won't be able to know, because they are fundamentally and essentially coming from Bangladesh. And those who will come here and stay. Comfortable existence. There are some pockets in Kerala where many Bangladeshis live, and such pockets are notorious for crime and things like that. Mass crimes there. And the government, the communist government, further funny. The communist government that day, I think they are the ones who gave the name. They called these Bangladeshi immigrants, knowing fully well that they must be Bangladeshi. They have a non-national attitude. Communists, of course, they look for internationalism. So theoretically itself, they are not nationalists. They are supposed to be internationalists, theoretically at least. Now they gave them this wonderful name, guest workers, guest to the state. They used the word in Malayalam, which is Sanskrit essentially, so we all understand. Atithi workers they were called. And this is a name they use in social media. This is the name they use in main media. This is a name they use it in visual media. Instead of saying either Bangladeshis, never say the outside Kerala workers. Instead of that, they will say Atithi workers. Atithi, that name is very connotative. We all understand it. These people had, when the election came in Bangladesh, West Bengal, these people all told their workers wherever they work for that we will go vote and come back. They have done it in the previous instances also. They go to vote and they used to come back. This time they went to vote and very few returned. That's evident that those who went and those who could not return are not our citizens. They are all basically from Bangladesh, and after reaching West Bengal, after seeing the situations there, they understood that it's not easy to continue here. Things are changing, so they must have gone back to Bangladesh, because Kerala is a heaven for them. They get reasonably good wages and protections from the communists, and of course the very enthusiastic radicals and the radical shadows function among them, giving them protection, support, etc. That's one thing. Because of funding comes from outside for radicals, and a good amount of them go to these people in the southern part, and they do also good work for the radicals. So with all these things, they were there, very well structured and very comfortably settled. Many of them have married locally, among of course Muslims, and hardly non-Muslims, not always, but mostly Muslims. I've seen people marry. They comfortably settled. They wanted to live there, but then with this sudden change and Citizen Amendment Act and the the verification of identity, etc., puts them in difficulty. There's a checking and cross-checking going on. 500 rupees one gets an Aadhaar, voter's card, etc., and then they suddenly becomes, in few hours, becomes citizen of Bharat, and they move around so freely because they have this linguistic affinity. But the language is very clearly, distinctly distinct from the language used in Bharat, but that only an expert can understand, or someone who has his mother tongue as Bangla can understand. Others generally don't. So they will get on, and the moment they leave West Bengal and go to other parts, well, they get passed as Bengali. Bengali means Indian. Suddenly Bengali means people think of Banki Chandra Chatterjee, and someone who sees this would even think about Sri Aurobindo. So that's how they were staying. And now, after going back, after the elections, vast majority of them have not returned back to Kerala. Now Kerala is facing a crisis. That is, there are no workers in the hotels, there are no workers for climbing coconut trees, there are other casual laborers found here and there, and these people don't generally work, go for manual labor, and even if someone who goes for manual labor, his wages will be exorbitant. So all these things put together, the situation there is so funny only because of Subhendu Adhikari coming into power. The illegal are running because they somehow realize, or their masters must have told, hey, stay away for some time. Next available opportunity will bring you back. So this is a miserable situation. They don't have workers, and the reports say, I don't know really directly, but the reports say that many hotels are getting closed. They don't have manual workers. They don't have people working, and this is a lesson to the society, Kerala society, that they should learn to become Atmanirbhar now at least. These people are cheap, these laborers were cheap, and their original laborers were expensive comparing to this. And these people work more, and other people don't work so much, etc., etc. So many things, so many stories. Communism has destroyed the society that a worker, if you get a local worker to come to your house, he becomes a proletariat and you are a bourgeois, in spite of the fact that his income is much more than yours. But this kind of attitude set in, so they have a hostility. Marx himself says the relationship between bourgeoisie and proletariat is one that of necessary antagonism. And in Kerala also the situation is that a laborer and somebody who is hiring them, relation is necessarily one that of antagonism. That's a good result of Marxism in the society of Kerala. And something very interesting. Whatever is lying there, that man is likely to steal. This, of course, personally somebody has told me. So, whatever is lying outside, and if no one is seeing, he'll just pick it up and go. That kind of friendship and affinity he has to you, who will pay by evening the money what you demand. No sensitivity, no loyalty, no belonging, because antagonism stands first. Anyway, both the Bangladeshis will have to go back to Dhaka area and then shout against Bharat there. Okay, let them do it, which is again give hockey. And the society in Kerala should become Atmanirbhar. They should find out how to do their own job. If everyone wants white collar jobs, which is not possible, many of the European countries, the physical manual laborers earn more. Situation might happen like that, but at least have a sense of relationship with the person who employs you. Don't steal from his property. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sierra.